So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a little bit of a compilation of some of the moose trophies that I have taken recently during my Great One Moose grind, and that's kind of just going to be going on in the background while I talk to you about what stage I'm at right now in the grind and what's been happening recently. So the first few clips are going to be from New England Mountains, and that is where, with the last video, I left off saying that I had just moved my grind over to New England Mountains. Well, after 600 kills on New England Mountains, nothing really happened. I had a very nice start on New England with the 2 big rack diamonds, but then things really slowed down quite a lot, and unfortunately no Great One showed up. And I found that I was just so inefficient on New England Mountains. New England Mountains is not a bad grinding map. It really isn't. But it's not efficient. If you want efficiency, it's just not great because you have to cover so much ground in order to be able to get the kill numbers that you're looking for. And honestly, that just put me off so much. Those 600 kills took a fairly long time to actually get in comparison to what it would have taken me to get 600 kills over on Medved. So I decided, okay, you know what, it really isn't working, so let's move back to Medved. And initially I was thinking of going over to Revontuli, but I took a look at Revontuli and also listened to some people telling me what their grinds have been like on Revontuli, and the general consensus was that it is also very inefficient, and just by taking a little bit of a look round I could see why. There is so much water, so many big lakes, and I didn't want to go back to another inefficient map. Yukon kind of has the same problem just purely because of the river. That big river over on the eastern side of the map is just such a problem in terms of efficiency, because it sounds like moose can drink quite literally anywhere from what I'm hearing along that stretch of river, and there's quite a lot of them there from what I'm hearing. So that really also just adds to the inefficiency, and again is something I really wasn't looking for. Layton is exactly the same. There's just so much water with the rivers. So my best bet seemed to be go back to Medved. Now, I know I'm going to sound so indecisive by the fact that I have changed maps and said that I was going to look at doing, maybe another change even. And I also didn't like that. I kind of like to just settle with a grind and just find something that works and keep going with it. The only reason I decided to just try my luck on a different map was because I've been seeing it work for other people. They've done, so many kills on Medved and then switched to another map, and then boom, it's happened quite quickly. But unfortunately, I didn't seem to get that lucky with New England Mountains. It just didn't show up. So I've gone back to Medved with the goal of just grinding continuously on Medved, and I still keep thinking, but what if it would just pop up on another map after only a few hundred kills? But I'm trying to not think that anymore and just, really knuckle down and continue with Medved. Now, as I sit here currently recording this, I am just over 4.4 thousand kills in total into this grind. That includes on New England Mountains as well. So 4.4 thousand kills and 20 diamonds, and still no Great One, unfortunately. I am just going to keep going though, and something I did want to just say is, to the people that have been supporting me, just a huge thank you, because with this grind, where it's been taking so long, it does worry me in some respects. It is a little bit stressful, and it is a little bit, like, oh, okay, should I be putting out other content? Because I really, I'd like to put out content on other games as well, but at the same time I could then be using that time to put into my grind. And I'm the kind of person that if I'm doing something, I'm doing it, and if I'm grinding, I'm grinding. I almost can't really play anything else or think to do much else, because all the time I'm thinking, oh, I could be using this time to be grinding for this thing. Once I get the Great One, or if I should say, if I get the Great One, then it'll be, back to some more different content for probably a good while. I don't think I'll do a Great One grind straight away. I would like to do another Black Bear grind and maybe even another Moose grind, depending on how long this one takes, but I don't think I'd go straight back into doing another grind. But yeah, that's just something that to me has been really awesome to see, is all of the support, and it really does help a lot on those days where I'm starting to stress. So I really appreciate it, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you who have been, yeah, like I said, giving support, and we've been talking about moose grinding and stuff. It really means a lot, and all the good luck messages and everything, it is really fantastic. And for me, I find that that's just so humbling to see everyone's support. So yeah, just a huge thank you on that front. And also, kind of on a similar note, something I want to address, because I've had a fair few comments about it in, you know, social posts and stuff where I've been talking about the moose grinding. I won't switch to herd management. I'm not going to do herd management, and I just want to put that out there because, you know, I've been posting about how long my grind has been taking, whether it's on, like I said, my social, like, community posts, or whether it's in my videos and talking about how long it's been taking, and I get comments like, just switch to herd management and you'll be fine. I'm choosing not to use herd management. Herd management is really not something that I want to use personally. I would much rather have my grind take another 4,000 kills than get 1 in 200 with herd management. It's just not my thing at all, and that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm just not gonna do herd management. I'm gonna continue with my way of just shooting everything and hoping for the best. And you can get great ones this way. I saw perhaps a little bit of confusion about it. You very much can get great ones, big diamonds, super rares, without the use of herd management. I have 10 great ones. 9 of them are from my grinds. 1 was in multiplayer, but 9 of them are from grinding, and on all of those grinds, I just killed everything in sight and hoped for the best. So I have 9 great ones doing that, and I know that it should work for this. I know I have friends who have grinded with this same exact method and gotten their moose great ones, including Kyla, who has a fantastic video out about her awesome great one moose, which I will link in the description, and please do go and check it out if you can. But it's not something I want to use, and that's just my personal choice, and yeah, that's basically how it's going to be. Now, switching back over to Medved and talking a little bit about what Medved has been like since I actually returned to it and started Great One grinding there again. Now, obviously, I was already set up. I had my route and everything already ready to go, so that was nice and easy to just switch back onto Medved, and immediately I felt so much more efficient, which is just a bonus. When you're seeing those kill numbers rack up, it's actually really nice. It makes you feel like you're doing something towards that grind. When you're seeing lots and lots of kills and just all of those numbers, like I said, adding up, it just helps mentally, and that's why I keep track of my kill numbers, because if I do, say, 200 kills a day, I feel like I've done something, whereas if I've only done 50 or 100, I'm like, oh, I would have liked to have done more. So I do try to do 200 a day minimum, and for me, I find that that's a pretty achievable goal. And that's what I just try to do, set myself little goals and try and meet those, and if I go over the target, that's fantastic. If I end up under it, then I'll try and make up for it the next day. So some days I'll end up doing 250, some days I might do 150, because I have had a few days where I've been unwell, but I normally end up catching up, and like I said, I'm at 4.4 thousand now in total, and we have had some new diamonds on the grind. Now, it was really interesting to me. Not long after I returned to Medved, I got a pretty special diamond. A diamond that I always look for when I'm having a Great One grind. And that is a max weight diamond. Now, in 8 of my 9 Great One grinds, I have had a max weight diamond before I got the Great One. The only grind where I didn't get a max weight diamond before the Great One was the Black Bear, so my last Great One grind. And I find that so interesting, because it always just feels really encouraging to me to see a max weight diamond, purely because it's max weight. And a Great One is going to be over the normal max weight, so it only needs to be, say, you know, is 620 kgs for the max for a normal moose. A Great One only needs to be 601 kg, and then it's a Great One, and it's in that Great One range. So it just feels so tantalisingly close when you get a max weight, or at least it does for me, that it's really encouraging. And I always say I'm looking for that max weight. Once I get that max weight, that gives me more hope that the thing will actually show up. And I was saying that during my black bear grind, and then it showed up without a max weight, which completely broke my little trend that I had going. But it's interesting to see that it's come back with the moose grind. And you don't have to get a max weight diamond or anything before getting a great one. That's not, you don't have to get one. You can get a great one before a diamond. It's just like I said, it's a mental thing. It's encouraging to see. And not only did I end up getting a max weight diamond, I also ended up getting, I believe, my personal best moose ever at just over 301 in score, which that was really awesome. And it was so cool to finally get the first big rack diamond I had on Medved being the max weight, and then to get another one, and for it to be so huge at 301. That is a really big moose. And it was funny because I was actually talking in the Fabled Ones chat in the official Discord, saying Medved's not treating me so good again, maybe should I switch, it's kind of in the back of my mind, what if it, something would pop up on another map. And then I do a couple more spots, go to a couple more of my drink zones, and boom, I spot this massive level 5 with a 300 minimum estimate. And I was like, okay, maybe Medved is being nice and just saving my good respawns for really big bull moose. And that was really cool to actually see, and I was super, super happy to actually get that trophy. But I've also had a couple of other interesting things, some nice rares, a couple of melanistics, which has been really nice to actually see during the grind. Melanistic moose are awesome, so really happy. Even though the couple that I shot one on New England and then one on Medved, the one on Medved being a level 4, and then I ended up shooting another one on Medved being a level 3. The first two I didn't actually recognise as being melanistic due to the lighting they were in, and I probably wouldn't have taken the shot on the level 4 that I did if I had known that it was melanistic, but it was still a really awesome animal to get, and thankfully I have the harvest screen that I can at least put in this video as well. So yeah, just some really nice trophies that have been cropping up. I've also had some really good luck with just the number of max levels showing up. Even today, as I sit here recording this, I had a run where I had 3 level 5s, probably within about half an hour's worth of grinding. They were really close together, and 2 of them ended up making diamond, 1 was a troll, but even the troll was quite a big troll in terms of weight, and that's actually more what I look at when I'm looking at these respawns, is more of their weight, because like I said, the closer the weight is to being max, the closer it makes me feel to, being within reach of a great one. Now, with all this said, we still haven't got a great one. It's obviously the big elephant in the room. I still haven't got one. I am still going to keep grinding. I am just going to keep grinding and grinding and grinding for as long as I possibly can, until hopefully one of these beautiful, beautiful Great One Moose actually does show up. And I will be happy with absolutely anything. I don't mind if it's a common, I don't mind what rack it's got, I will just be so elated and relieved and thrilled and grateful to see a level 10 pop up that I'll probably get emotional, honestly, at this point. Finding great ones for me is a really big deal, and I like the fact that it's a big deal, which that's a big part of it for me. Finding that great one is such a cool moment, and it really is something that keeps me coming back to this game. And that kind of relates back to the whole why I won't use herd management thing. I'd rather do so many kills and then finally get one and it be this momentous thing. And that's what I'm waiting for, and I hope it will eventually happen. It might take 6,000 kills, it might take 10,000 kills, who knows when my RNG is actually just going to finally give this hopefully great one over and just finally put it on my map, because that's all it's waiting for. That max weight one, maybe if the RNG had been different, maybe he would have been a great one instead of a max weight diamond. That's how I look at it. So as I'm sat here waiting, every moose is like a roll of the dice, hoping that RNG will eventually give over a great one, and finally I'll end up finding him on my map one day. But yeah, so just again, a huge thank you to all the support, for all the support, as I should say. A huge thank you for all the support that I have been getting during this grind. It really is amazing, and like I said, very humbling. And hopefully it will be okay to keep going with this grind, and hopefully you guys don't mind too much that the content is going to obviously be a little bit repetitive while I'm grinding for a Great One Moose. I try not to do too much grind content, as I know there is a lot of it out there, but I'm not going to be completely satisfied until I try, you know, absolutely try my best to get one of these things. I think if I get to something ridiculous like 20,000 kills, then maybe I'll end up taking a break. But at least for a good long while, I'm in it for the long haul. So hopefully eventually one of these awesome creatures will show up. But that is going to be it for this video, so just a huge thank you once again. I know I keep saying thank you, but I think it's important. You guys are amazing, and your support means so incredibly much, and just everything. You're just awesome, so I just want to say a huge thank you, and it really does mean the world. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.